Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Thaumcraft 3 with myself, Lewis. I hope you're all good. And today we're going to have a look at a few more objects that you can create in the magic world of Thaumcraft 3. Now, all of these, as usual, will need to be researched from your research table, and then you can go building them. And look how many pigs are here. There's millions of them. What are they all doing? They obviously love the little node there. They're just they're sat down, they're praying to it. God, you porky little fellas. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is going to be the boots of the traveller. Now, these are fairly simple, but very, very useful. So how these work is it basically keeps you in a constant running motion, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can jump slightly higher than you normally would as well. Now, you do still need to eat. It doesn't stop the food counter from going down. And you will still take full damage if you fall off a higher than usual surface. Now, I have tried these without the boots on, and you still take the same amount of damage. So there is no decrease or increase in damage amounts. It's exactly the same. It just means you can get around a lot quicker, which is quite nice indeed. And yeah, there you go. Now you can also see that they add half a bar of armor, so that's not a massive amount, but you know, at least they give you something, which is quite nice indeed. There you go. So those are the boots of the traveller. Very, very simple, very easy, but a nice little commodity that you can get going in the magical world of Thaumcraft. Now the next thing we're going to check out is very interesting indeed. So if I get one of my Thaumanomicons, and I will show you in the book what we're going to make. So we're going to create what is known as an Infernal furnace. So this is very interesting. So you're going to need yourself some obsidian, you're going to need some nether brick, you're going to need some lava and iron bars. And how you make this is if you've ever made like a coke oven, in a coal coke oven in a little bit of railcraft, then it's the same type of concept. Except you're harnessing a horrible mythical beast to kind of sit in the middle, which is always fun, I guess. Alright, so what you do, you start by putting a nice little cross here, then you put the nether bricks on the side, like so. Then you put another layer here, you put iron bars at the front, wherever you want to put those, and then all you do is you plop these on the side, like that. Then you get your lava, pop it in the middle like so, and put one more layer on top, and you don't fill in the top square, so you leave that open, because that's where you're going to be putting all your stuff. There we go. Oh, we just need to get rid of that one there. And put another obsidian. And then you give it a tap with your wand, and this will use 100 up, so just bear that in mind. Pow! And there we go, an Infernal furnace. Check that out. Now, it actually harnesses a blaze, and that's what gets put in the middle. If you was to knock it apart, which I'll show you in a minute, it does actually, you actually release a blaze, which is quite interesting indeed. Now, how this works is, this is a furnace, obviously, but it's a little bit different. So you basically get an unlimited amount of fuel, which carries on for ages. But everything that you actually make does consume and release a small amount of flux into the environment. So just bear that in mind. If you've got very high flux, then this could cause a problem, but it's not a massive amount, it's just a tiny amount. So how you use it is find something you want to smelt, and you throw it in the top like this. There we go. And it gets sucked in, and you give it a second, and it's going to get chucked out the front of me. There you go. You get a little bit of experience being that it's still a furnace, but you do also get a slight chance that it could chuck out an extra item. So you could get a nugget. There we go, one nugget, see? It'll throw out a nugget, or it could throw out an extra bar if you're lucky. There we go. And it will just keep working away and doing all that gubbins. Now, like I say, a small amount of flux will be released into the environment randomly, so yeah, just keep a check on that. But how cool is that? So once you've made that, you never have to really worry about furnacing or keeping any type of fuel in your furnace ever again, which is great because it means you can just carry on making all your gubbins. Now, if you was to knock it down, then make sure you've got something decent on you, because you will release a blaze. There we go. As you can see, he pops out the top like that, and we'll just get rid of him quickly. We'll set it to peaceful. Pow, and he's gone. Very nice. So that is that. That is the amazing Infernal furnace, and if we just do a little read up on it. So, by capturing a blaze and harnessing its energy within a furnace crafted from obsidian and nether brick, you have created a highly efficient and fuel-free furnace. So efficient, in fact, that occasionally it will produce bonus materials in the form of nuggets or other items. It does, however, consume a small amount of vis to smelt items. It should also be noted that the magic holding the blaze is a somewhat fragile, and occasional bit of flux escapes into the aura, but when in progress, not without risk. Items you wish to smelt need to be dropped into the top of the furnace and will be spit out the front. There you go, and it gives you a nice little breakdown on how to make it, and obviously by giving it a tap of your wand you're going to use up 100 Viz, which will very quickly replace itself. Now the next thing and the last thing we're going to look at are what known as, if I bring it down here I will show you these ones, which are very cool, are Arcane Levitators. So what these do is if you stand on top of them, they will lift you into the air. So putting one down like this, it will lift you into the air. Now it will lift you 10 blocks, exactly 10 blocks, just like that, which is quite cool. Now I'm going to put it on creative mode because I don't want to hurt myself. There we go. Whoop. Now if you put another one on top, you're going to lift 20 blocks. Very nice and high indeed. Now if we put 3 on top, have a guess. Have a little guess what it will put on there. Did you say 30? You got it right. Yes, it will lift you 30 blocks into the air, which is very insane indeed. Now that can lift items, that can lift mobs, that can lift all sorts of weird things. If I throw a bit of obsidian on here, pow, and oh, there we go. It kind of started wandering off just then, and then it decided not to. Oh, there we go. There you go. So it lifts those items in the air. Now it actually has a second function as well, which makes this really good, because I was kind of thinking to myself, what really is the need for these? There isn't really much of a need for them. Except for getting to high places, yeah, there's not a massive need for them. But I have figured something out. So what these allow you to do is not only go high, but when you fall below one of them, it actually slows you down so you don't take any fall damage. Now this is very interesting indeed. Now if I put myself into creative mode so we can fly, you will see that I have popped one here. Now this is exactly 10 blocks high from where I'll be standing. Now they work in the same concept that 10 blocks high and 10 blocks below. So if I was to drop from here, you'll see very nicely that I just slowly come down to the ground and I don't fall, I just slowly kind of make my way down and don't take any fall damage at all. Now I have made, just to show it off over here, a very high one up here, just to really kind of show off how amazing it is. Now this is a stack of 3 that I've put on top of each other. Now if we used to get right underneath it, like this, there we go, I think I'm pretty much underneath it. Yep, there we go. And we drop down. I'm going to nice and slowly levitate down and take no fall damage. There you go, and you can see I was out of creative mode, so I would have taken fall damage if it was just a normal one. And I can show you the amount of fall damage we would have taken, so let's put ourselves back in, fly up here and jump down, and the chances are this type of fall damage would kill you. So there you go. So if we take away this one, and leave it here and go in here, and we do one little drop. Ooh, ho ho, 1.5 hearts left. So that was a close one. Very, very close one. But there you go. That is the Arcane Levitators. Doesn't seem like they have much of a use, but when you actually think about it, levitators, you could actually make proper lifts, which is quite cool. You could use it to transport items around, you could get down from your amazing secret base in the sky and not have to worry about it. There's many different reasons why you'd have one of those, and it's kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of like piping, because you can lift things around and move them around, and if you kind of make it properly, then it'll work. So there you go, I hope you enjoyed that one. That's been another episode of Thaumcraft 3. Just to specify what we've looked at, we have looked at the Arcane Levitator, we have looked at the Boots of the Traveller, and we've looked at the Infernal Furnace. There we go. Now in the next episode we will look at more of the magical items in Thaumcraft 3. We're very, very quickly getting to the end of the Thaumcraft 3, where we would have looked at all of the magical items and how to create them. And at the end, like I say, we will go around and annoy the Flux and see if we can kind of create some bad things, which is always interesting. So there we go. Have a good one, and I will see you later. Bye bye.